and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Keegan, and this is Sam.
Sam, I am.
We have some very important information to announce to everyone.
Beginning with parent-teacher conferences.
Yeah, parent-teacher conferences will be next Thursday after school.
But before we have any parent-teacher conferences, we have an announcement from Mr. Conrad.
Let's see what he has to say about the second semester.
Thanks, Keegan and Sam. Hey, just a couple reminders to everybody. First and foremost on the building expectations. As we roll into the colder months, your hats, hoodies, those types of things, cell phones in the classrooms, remember those building expectations we talk about and emphasize throughout the school year. So take care of business in terms of those expectations that we have here. Also, as we roll into the second semester here, we need to make sure that we are focused on our academics and we finish strong. We do have state testing toward the end of the school year. That also includes AP testing. So a lot of academic work in front of us. Let's continue to work hard. Let's continue to represent BC in a good way. Stay strong, keep working hard. Go Bulldogs.
Like Mr. Conrad said, have a great second semester.
Yes, now over to Trice and Kale for your winter varsity sports announcements.
Thank you, Sam.
To begin, the wrestlers travel to Jonathan Alder High School tonight for the Invitational.
Also, girls basketball plays Hamilton Township at home.
Once again, the wrestlers travel back to Jonathan Alder High School tomorrow for the second day of the tournament.
Boys basketball will play tomorrow, home at 7:30 against Tays Valley.
Lastly, for tomorrow's sports, swimmers will swim at the Coshocton Invitational.
Next Tuesday, both boys and girls basketball will play.
Boys will play against River Valley at home at 7:30.
Girls will play at Amanda Clear Creek, game time at 7.
Good luck to all the sports teams playing. Make sure you stay well nourished and hydrated for the weekend.
Wait, speaking of the weekend, I wonder what the weather's going to be like.
Well, let's head to Mr. Mitchell to find out.
Thanks, Kale. Today, the weather's going to be a high of 39 and a low of 30. So not 60 degrees like it was yesterday, but a 0% chance of rain. Saturday, we have a high of 37 and a low of 27. Again, no rain, but I've got some big information for Sunday. We got a chance for 2 inches of snow Sunday night, so I'm putting it at a 50% chance of delay, 25% chance of a full snow day. 3 fun facts about Mr. Mitchell. Number 1, I'm a recent graduate of the prestigious all-online academic institution, the American College of Education. Number 2, on May 31st, 2008, I made a hole-in-one at Auburn Springs Country Club, which is no longer a golf course, unfortunately, so I can't go back there, but still a great accomplishment. And number 3, much like Mr. McFerrin, I played a high school basketball game versus LeBron James. And also like Mr. McFerrin, we lost that basketball game. And for next week's celebrity weather forecaster, we have... one of the best art teachers in the building, if not the best art teacher in the building, Ms. Decay.
Thanks, Mr. Mitchell.
Keegan, did you hear about our new Studio BC segments?
No, what is it?
Well, we got a new one. It's called Studio BC Sing Along.
Really? That sounds really cool.
It is. Let's see it.
I threw a wish in a well.
Don't ask me, I never tell. I looked at you as it fell.
And now you're in my way.
Your stare was holding.
Ripped jeans, skin was showing. Oh, it's nice when you're glowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. So here's my number. So call me, maybe. It's hard to look right at you, baby.
So here's my number.
So call me, maybe.
That song reminds me of a segment.
What segment does it remind you of?
I can't remember the name of it.
Was it this or that?
No. It was the one where you did surveillance around the school.
Crikey, you're talking about Studio BC Safari.
Yeah, that's what it is. Let's check out what you have found in the wild.
Here we enter the habitat of Mr. James McNamara. Now, it is suspected that due to his diet of exclusively bananas and his overall vibe that he gives off, that he's actually some type of monkey. Either a really big capuchin or a really small gorilla. Now, personally, I believe that he's actually, secretly, a calculator that grew legs. Here we see the legendary Joe Carter in his natural habitat. It is said, though, that this habitat of his that we are currently in has a higher concentration of salt than any other room due to the amount of freshman honor students that start crying in his class. Natural habitat of Mr. Krusak. One must wonder if he is in fact a human being. Mr. Krusak, I have to ask you a question. Are you a peanut? I'm allergic to peanuts. He's allergic to peanuts.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Keegan.
I'm Sam.
I'm Kale.
And I'm Trice.
See you next week from Studio BC.
Right there.
Yeah. Because
Look
here's
into
the
the ca- look into the
here's the
camera.
camera. Okay.
It was a little slow.
You gotta look at your script when it does that.
So hey,
What's up here? The door's not closing. I'm scared. Oh, the cameraman, I'm scared.
Restart.
wow. Can I just
And,
point to
okay,
random
so
locations?
Friday is on.
And then it goes into the thing.
Yeah, and then it
And
goes
then
into
it's
the-
done.
And then, yeah,
Then
that's
Trice
it.
and Kia, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so we don't even need to do that very end. Tell Swapper we need the yellow thing.
We need the
That's all I
yellow
gotta say. We need the yellow cup. Okay, now you gotta stand still.
Yo, you guys got.
Good morning, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Lexi.
I'm Yakira. And I'm Elena.
Here are your announcements for the week.
The Spanish Club ski trip will be this Sunday at Mad River Mountain. See Mr. Wentz for more information. Parent-teacher conferences are February 2nd.
And following up right after that, the duel will be February 3rd, which happens to be the spotlight for the week. Over to Jack and Trevor.
Thanks, girls.
Hey, Jack, why are we having duels in school? Isn't that against school policy?
No, you've got it all wrong. Let's head over to Savannah and Mr. Wright for details on the duel.
I'm Savannah.
And I'm Kale. Today we're here with Mr. Wright for today's spotlight, the duel.
So, Mr. Wright, can you tell us a little bit about the duel?
Yeah, I sure can. So the duel is our next big dogfight event. It's a class competition in which the classes prepare as groups different parody type dancing, lip syncing type skits in which they compete for points and we see who wins. But the freshmen are not participating this year because they are lame.
Thanks, Mr. Wright. How do you think each grade is doing so far?
I'm not sure. Why don't we go check in with each grade?
Good idea.
How did the seniors prepare for the duel this year?
The seniors prepare for the duel this year by really coming together strong, working as a family, you know, piecing together the puzzle. That's about it.
All right, thank you.
I'm here with.
Brady Newkirk.
All right, how have the juniors prepared for the duel this year?
So, I mean, we've been doing a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? We've been working hard, you know. We took the big L last year, so, you know, we got to clap back. We got to get back into it, you know what I'm saying? So, we'll be back this year, ready to take home this.
I'm here with former Studio BC alumni Marcus. How do you feel that sophomores got ready for the duel?
So we've been practicing every day, just trying to get better and just get our dances perfected, and we're probably going to dominate the duel.
All right, so what happened to the freshmen this year and why are they not in the duel?
We decided to drop out because no one wanted to do it, and everyone couldn't make dances.
Sounds like everyone is ready for the duel. I'm so excited to watch it.
Me too. Good luck to everyone.
Now back to Jack and Trevor.
Oh, now it all makes sense.
See? I told you. But aside from that, it is starting to get pretty cold outside as of late. I wonder what the weather is supposed to be like for the weekend.
Yeah, same here. I bet Mrs. Decay knows. Let's swing over to her and for this weekend's weather forecast.
Good morning, Bloom Carroll Nation. We are here live on location. It's not going to be live on Friday, but with your weather, we had an exciting week this week because of our snow day. Friday, we're looking at a low of 25 and a high of 36 degrees. Saturday, it's going to be warming up a little bit for a whopping high of 44 and a low of 33, 0% chance of snow or rain, unfortunately. Okay, so some fun facts that some of you may not know. I am married to Mr. DK. I get that question sometimes. We have an awesome son who just turned 12. His name is Evan. We also have furry members of our family, and you can see them on the screen. Mr. DK and I actually met in the Ohio State University marching band, and we still are musicians. We play in the brass band of Columbus, and I'm active in my church and play on the praise team there as well. Every year I ride in an event called Pelotonia to raise funds for cancer research, and this is gonna be my 6th year riding, and I will be riding over 100 miles the first weekend in August. And now, time to see who our next lucky weather forecaster is. Mr. Kelly! I broke you. Back to the studio!
Thanks, Mrs. Decay. Great skiing weather.
Let's head back over to the studio for this week's varsity sports updates.
And now for your sports updates. Tonight, wrestlers have a tournament at Pleasantville High School.
And boys basketball plays at Hamilton Township.
Tomorrow, wrestlers are back in Pleasantville for day 2 of the tournament. Girls basketball plays at Logan Elm at 1, and the boys play at Bexley at 5:45.
On Monday, the swimmers travel to the Columbus Aquatic Center for their meet, starting at 4 p.m.
Tuesday, boys basketball plays Amanda at home, and they play again on Thursday at Logan High School.
Looking forward, baseball and softball tryouts will take place in the middle of February.
And track starts in early March. So make sure all you athletes out there have your physicals up to date.
That's all for this week. I'm Lexi.
I'm Yakira. I'm Elena.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Trevor.
See you next week from Studio BC. I'm so sorry. I messed up at the very beginning because my words launched and then I made a funny face.
And you can see them with their...
I forgot the wave.
So make sure all you athletes out there have your... I'm so sorry.
No,
that was too
really
slow.
good.
That was too
Really
slow.
good. You were really good, though.
Okay, so we have a concert tonight, in fact, which is actually tomorrow, but no, it's okay. And now I messed up.
Okay. And following up, right after that, the duel will be February 3rd, which happens to be the spotlight for the week. Over to Trevor and blah, blah, blah.
All right. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Frankie.
And I'm Ava. Here are your morning announcements for this week.
Science Fair is coming up on February 14th.
Reminder, on our next snow day, everyone will have a blizzard bag assignment for each class.
Don't worry, your teachers will give you further instructions. And now for our varsity sports news.
Tonight, girls basketball is away at Fairfield Union.
Swimmers are at Columbus School for Girls competing against Bexley.
Last week, the swimmers shined at the MSL. Girls took second and boys took third.
Shout out to Claire Leffler for winning the 100-meter breaststroke and breaking the MSL record.
Tomorrow, wrestlers are at Circleville for a tournament.
Boys basketball plays at home against Logan Elm at 7:30.
Next Wednesday, girls basketball is at Worthington Christian at 7 p.m.
Now over to Park and Ryan for this week's Studio BC Spotlight.
Thanks, girls.
Park, do you know what's happening today?
Yes, the duel is finally here, and we are on a 1-hour early dismissal schedule.
Students be called to the auditorium by class.
I'm excited to see what all the classes have come up with.
Speaking of creativity, would you like to see your artwork featured at graduation?
Now for a quick commercial break.
Hey Keegan, what are you working on?
Oh, hey, nothing much. I'm just working on a program cover for the graduation contest. It's a contest where any BC student can design a program cover for graduation.
That sounds awesome. What are the rules for it?
It has to be 8.5 by 5.5, and it has to be vertical like this.
That looks cool.
Yeah, it can be painted, done digitally, or drawn. Make sure to use a lot of purple and gold.
This sounds fun, but what do I get if my poster wins?
The program cover that wins will get a $25 gift card and will be used in graduation.
Wow, $25. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. If you have any questions, make sure you see Mr. Mack or Miss Eggleston. The emails will be down below.
That sounds great. I'm going to turn mine in right now.
Hey, that's mine!
That sounds great. Can't wait to see who wins.
Now back to Frankie and Ava in the studio.
Thanks, Park and Ryan.
Hey Ava, does it feel cold in here to you?
Yeah, it does. Speaking of the cold, I wonder what the weather is this week.
Let's go see. Now over to Mr. Kelly.
I'm Mr. Kelly, and thanks for tuning into NOAA Weather Radio. I talked to all my meteorologist friends this week, and one thing that they guaranteed this weekend is that there will be weather. On that note, let's go to our drone weather commander in the field.
Good morning, Weatherman Kelly. We have the drone up and running, so let's take to the sky. If you look at the Nimbus 2000 cloud there on the left, clearly you can see that's going to be a high of 19 and a low of 10 degrees today. So if we take a look a little bit further, oh no, we're losing altitude, got a problem, mayday, we're going down.
Well, looks like we had some technical difficulties there in the field, so I think we'll be covering Saturday and Sunday in the studio here. Well, on Saturday, weather's going to be marching in there from the west, as it always does, and we're going to have a 0% chance of torrential downpour, so make sure you stay warm for that. In further news, on Saturday, we're looking at a high of 38 degrees and a low of 35. Should be reasonably sunny. When we look over to Sunday, let's be real, it's basically the same thing as Saturday, with the highs just a little bit higher, upper 40s, lows just a little bit lower, upper 20s. Well, thank you for tuning in to NOAA Weather Radio. Look forward to seeing you next time. All right, 3 fun facts about me. One, I've been married for 13 years, and my son is 8 years old. He's in 3rd grade. I love them very much. Second, as you can kind of tell by the broadcast today, I like drones. We have a drone club here at school, so I enjoy flying them, talking about them, all of that. And finally, the third one is at one point in time when I was traveling, I had a Jamocha shake in a Chinese restaurant in Austria. And our next celebrity forecaster will be Mrs. Roshan.
Thanks, Mr. Kelly. Those were some interesting facts.
Yeah, they really were.
Now for the time everyone has been waiting for.
It's teacher birthdays!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
That's all we have for this week. I'm Frankie.
I'm Ava.
I'm Park.
And I'm Ryan.
See you next week from Studio BC.
Thanks, Mr. Kelly. Those were some interesting facts.
Yeah, they were fly.
Now for the time everyone has been waiting for.
It's teacher birthdays!
Girls, that was so good. It's teacher birthdays!
It's teacher birthdays!
Hey Keegan, what are you working on?
Nothing much. I'm just working on a program for the. Damn, I messed that up. I was like.
Checking the microphone. Microphone is hot.
And then you're supposed to like take it.
Oh.
Like I know what I'm gonna be. I know I'm gonna turn mine in now.
Thanks, girls.
I'll do it, man. Oh, I completely missed my line.
That's all we have for this week. I'm Frankie.
I'm Ava.
I'm Park.
And I'm Ryan.
See you next week from Studio BC.
Okay, see you next week.
Good morning, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Trice.
I'm Savannah.
And I'm Kale. Here are your morning announcements. Science Fair is next Tuesday, February 14th.
Interim reports will be out on February 17th, so be sure to get all of your work caught up before then.
And reminder, no school next Monday the 20th as it is President's Day.
Seniors, just a reminder that as a graduation requirement, you must complete a senior passport in order to receive your diploma. Check your email from Mr. Mack for all the information.
Reminder to anyone applying to the Career Center, today is the deadline to submit applications. Any questions, see Mrs. Moore.
Now over to Caitlin and Bree.
The weather has been crazy this winter so far.
Yes, the groundhog saw his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter.
Well, it sure doesn't seem like winter this week. Maybe next week we will get snow again.
Speaking of weather, let's head over to Ms. Rochad for this weekend's weather forecast.
All right, I'm Mrs. Rochon here with your weekend forecast. Saturday we have a high of 34 and a low of 22. Sunday, high of 43, low of 35. And then of course we have to throw in a Valentine's Day forecast for next Tuesday. We've got a high of 52, a low of 44, and even though there might be some love in the air, there's probably going to be some clouds in the sky as well. All right, so 3 interesting facts about myself. My first one is that my husband and I have been together for 24 years, and we have 1 son named Remington. And my second fact is that I am a certified archery instructor. Not a lot of people know that. And my third thing is that I love photography, so I love taking pictures of nature, food, sports. So if you see me out and about at a sporting event with a camera, don't be surprised. All right, next week's forecaster is Mrs. Romine.
Thanks, Miss Rochon.
Now back to the studio for your winter varsity sports updates.
Thanks, guys. Now for your winter sports updates.
Wrestlers will have their senior night next Wednesday, February 15th.
Basketball tournaments will begin the week of the 13th. Stay tuned for more details, dates, and times on next week's broadcast.
Swimmers have sectionals tomorrow. The boys are at Columbus Academy and start at 9 a.m. And the girls are at CSG and start at 3:30 p.m.
We have a new segment for you this week.
It's Studio BC Spelling Bee.
OFFHANDEDLY.
Is it PROPHETICLLY?
SANSKRIT.
INAUDIBLE.
That's all for this week. I'm Trice.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Kale.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Bree.
See you next week from Studio BC. That's all for this week.
Okay.
All right. I am Trice.
Now back to the studio for your winter... Okay, sorry.
We're starting the
Dude.
hangover.
It's all good.
Speak, please. Okay. This is my test.
At 9 a.m. And girls are at Columbus Schools for girls and start at... That was like
And girls are at-
gibberish.
She's Caitlin and she's Bree.
Good morning, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Delaney.
I'm Aubrey.
And I'm back.
Wait, Joe, why are you back?
I bet he missed us so much, he just had to join us again.
Yeah, that's what it was.
All right, well, here are your morning announcements for this week.
The Science Club Blood Drive will be on February 25th.
Also, there will be no school on Monday.
The end of the grading period is March 24th, so make sure you get all of your assignments in. Now, let's head over to Keegan and Dylan.
Thanks, guys.
Hey Dylan, did you know Grader's Ice Cream is coming to our school?
I had no idea. Let's have a look.
Bonjour. We have a special announcement for you guys.
Grader's Ice Cream Truck will be here for all lunch periods Tuesday, February 21st, sponsored by the French Club.
Why is Graders coming to our school?
Because it's Mardi Gras, Trice.
What even is Mardi Gras?
really sure. Let's head over to the French Club for further explanation.
Mardi Gras is a carnival celebrated on Fat Tuesday to feast and party before Lent begins on Ash Wednesday.
French Club is presenting an ice cream truck from graders to celebrate the holiday. Everyone is welcome to come to the courtyard during their lunch period to get some.
Prices range from $5 to $9 and can be bought with cash or card. Students, check your email inbox for a link to pre-order if you want.
You can select from ice cream sandwiches, sundaes, and regular scoops of ice cream. The flavors that will be available on Tuesday will also be in the link.
Man, I wish every day was Mardi Gras. Food, parties, can't get any better.
Trice, focus! The Graders truck will be accepting cash or card, and anybody is welcome.
You'll notice posters up around the school with more information on them.
Here's the poster with items available and prices. Back to the studio.
I'm so excited.
I am too. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Probably cookies and cream. What's yours?
Definitely peanut butter.
Speaking of sweet treats, now we have a couple of segments for you. Check them out.
Here with Mr. Myers. Where'd you work before BC?
I started out at Canal Winchester Schools for 3 school years prior to coming here as a school resource officer here.
How do you like it at BC so far?
I love it at BC. The kids are all respectful and everybody's been welcoming. It's been great.
How long have you been a police officer for?
Since 1998, so I'm coming up on 25 years.
And be so wonderful? Yeah!
Let it go! Let it go!
Yay!
Hey Jesse! Hey Jesse!
Yeah!
It feels like a party every day. Hey Jesse!
You can fix any problem with the slightest of ease. Yes, please.
Yes!
The cold never bothered me anyway.
What are 3 facts about you that students may know?
So I played basketball in high school. I would eat pizza every day for every meal. And I'm weirdly terrified of Michael Myers.
I'm gonna give you 3 facts about a teacher and you have to try and guess who it is. They played basketball in high school, they could eat pizza every day, and they are terrified of Michael Myers.
Is it Miss Roberts?
I'm gonna have to guess Mr. Heater.
Mr. Mitchell or Jay Wright?
Would that be Mr. Wright?
Now you might be wondering, who is that teacher? Well, the teacher in question is actually Miss Braille. Now with that being said, no students got it correct. That's all the time for we have at Who's the Teacher. See you next time and have a great weekend.
That was great. I wonder what the weather is like this week.
Let's head over to Miss Romine for this weekend's weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. This is Mrs. Romine with the weather forecast for the weekend. Today, we're going to have a high of 44 and a low of 21 with 0% chance of rain. So enjoy your Friday. And then on Saturday, we're going to have a high of 44 and a low of 33 with a 0% chance of rain. So get out there. You won't even need your rain boots. And there are 3 things about me that might be interesting. I have been married 21 years to my husband, Jason. And we have 2 cats, Daytona and Annie. Also, I spent several months teaching English as a second language in Brazil when I was younger, and I learned to speak Portuguese while I was there, minored in Portuguese at OSU. The third interesting fact is that I actually do love to write, and my messages and poetry are inspired by my faith and relationship with God, and by frequent walks enjoying nature. So I might take this weekend to get out and enjoy some of those walking times. Now it's time for our next celebrity weather forecaster. Why, thank you. And the winner is Jim Holloway.
Thanks, Miss Romine.
Now, let's head back to the studio.
And now for your sports update.
Girls basketball plays at home on February 18th at 1 p.m.
Wrestling has a try-meet at home on February 15th at 5 p.m.
Boys basketball plays on February 24th.
That's all for this week. I'm Delaney.
I'm Aubrey.
I'm Joe.
I'm Dylan. And I'm Keegan.
See you next week from Studio BC. I'm Delaney.
I'm Aubrey.
And I'm back!
Wait, Joe, why are you back?
I'm so sorry.
Tell me what I want to know.
Good morning.
Shut up! Boy. That it? Yeah, that's it. Wow, okay.
Good morning, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Lexi.
I'm Park.
And I'm Akira. Here are your morning announcements for this week. Attention seniors, please check your school email to cast your vote for this year's senior favorites.
Voting will end on Monday at 2:10, so make sure to get your votes in.
March 1st will be the ACT test review. So those who are taking the ACT will report to your review area on that day.
Now over to Christopher and Sam.
Hey Sam, did you hear about the Science Club blood drive?
I sure did. The Science Club blood drive is taking place at the middle school tomorrow.
It lasts from 9 to 3 and you must have a parent permission slip to participate.
It only takes about an hour, and donations are always needed.
So please consider donating and maybe even bring a friend.
We hope to see you there.
And please see Mr. Carter for any questions. Now what's the weather like for this weekend?
I'm not exactly sure, but I bet Mr. Holloway knows.
Hey, it's Mr. Holloway, and here is your weather. Today we started off kind of cold. It was 26 degrees when I got up this morning, but we're going to top out at 44, so it sounds like not too bad of a day. For this weekend, on Saturday, we are going to have a low of 35 degrees and a high of 46. So start off with those jackets, end the day in a hoodie, okay? 3 fun facts about me. Although if I have to tell you 3 fun facts about me, you're not listening on Vocab Monday, because I tell you story after story for the vocab. But anyway, 3 things about me. Number 1, I really enjoy fishing. In fact, here's a picture of me and Mr. Jeffers on a fishing trip up in Lake Erie. I was so good that day, Mr. Jeffers likes to tell me that I was catching fish with my eyes closed. I like to hike, and this summer I got to go to Alaska and see my sister. I've told you before, I have a sister in Alaska and a sister in Germany. And we got to go to Butte, Alaska. There's me sitting on the end there. My sister is to my right. That's Pam. She's from Alaska. And my other sister, Beth, from Germany, is over my left shoulder. My wife is right there in the middle, and my boys are around there somewhere. One last thing you may or may not know about me is I love crossword puzzles, and I want to thank Mrs. Dinsmore and Mrs. Millis for supplying me with a never-ending collection of different puzzles. And usually I'm really good with these things, but for some reason I'm stuck on this one word. It's 7 letters long, starts with an R, but I just can't get it. The clue is no longer working. And our next celebrity forecaster is Ms. Roberts.
Thanks, Mr. Holloway.
Now back to the studio for your sports updates.
Congratulations to the swim team for getting personal records in 6 out of the 7 events at district meet.
The following school records were broken. Claire Leffler, 500 free. Claire Leffler, 100 breast.
Claire Leffler, Mia Petty, Olivia Martin, and Sydney DeSalvo in the 400 free relay.
Great work, everyone. Good luck to boys basketball as they play their first tournament game on the 24th.
Congratulations to the girls basketball team on a great season.
Softball and baseball tryouts begin the week of the 20th.
Track and field will start up on March 1st.
Anyone playing a spring sport must have an up-to-date physical to participate.
This is an oven. I have a story about this oven in particular, though. The living peanut Thomas Krusak once was cooking the species Dijonus pizzas in this oven. There was a competition going on. People had to eat their pizza, yada yada yada. Anywho, so somehow this frozen pizza, he somehow completely burns it in this oven. Crikey, there was burnt cheese everywhere. Here we have the indomitable Bruce Olsen, born sometime between the fall of 58 and the fall of Rome. He is truly one of the most interesting species in the world. He knows every single poem that has ever existed by heart. He is so powerful, in fact, that he is able to listen to the Van McCoy's The Hustle frequently without wanting to bust a move. I can't even do that. Mr. Wright and me have a lot in common if you think about it. Almost like he should have become a world-renowned zoologist like me. You see, we're both pretty funny guys. Neither of us have had a hole-in-one before, and we both have receding hairlines. Let's check out the much-renowned Studio BC Editing Apes. Editing Apes, how are y'all doing?
What are you doing in here?
We're not done with the script.
Get out! Go! Please, don't come back.
If you know this TikTok dance, do it. Alright, if you guys know this dance, do it. If you know this dance, do it.
Alright, if you guys know this TikTok dance, then do it.
That's all for this week. I'm Lexi.
I'm Park.
I'm Akira.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Chris.
See you next week from Studio BC.
Anyone playing a spring sport must have Dang it. Great work, everyone. Good luck to boys Oh my god, I swear if I say baseball one more time. Good luck to boys baseball. I almost said.
Good Friday morning, Bulldogs. Welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Elena.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Frankie.
Let's get right into this week's news.
There'll be no school next Monday due to Professional Development Day for teachers.
Not quite, Ryan. Juniors who are participating in the ACT review will report to school.
Next Tuesday, freshmen and juniors will be participating in the course preview day.
Seniors will have their own special meeting in the gym.
Now let's head over to Jack and Ava for this week's segments.
Thanks, ladies, and Ryan.
Let's check in with Chris to see if anyone can figure out
Who's that teacher?
So, staff member, what are 3 things about you that students may know?
I have traveled to 25 states and 8 different countries. I played football for, at one time, the all-time winningest coach in Ohio. Born on my father's birthday.
I'm going to ask you 3 questions about a teacher and you. They were born on their dad's birthday. They've been to 25 states and 8 countries. And they've been on the football team with the all-time winningest coach.
Last week. I think Peter.
All right, yeah,
Mr. Mac.
Olsen.
Mr. McNamara.
Now you may be wondering, who is that teacher for this week? Well, this week's teacher is actually Mr. Wright. Now, with that being said, no students got it correct. That is all the time we have for it. Who's the teacher? See you next time and have a great weekend.
I had a feeling it was that teacher.
backed by popular demand.
It's this or that time.
Instagram or Snapchat?
Snapchat. Snapchat. Snapchat.
Instagram.
Instagram.
I'm gonna go with Snapchat.
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 All right, Instagram or Snapchat?
I don't use Snapchat that much, so Instagram. I have neither. Snapchat. Snapchat.
Instagram or Snapchat? Instagram. 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 Do you know what Instagram or Snapchat is?
No, I do not go on Instagram, Snapchat, Hula Hoop, or what all that stuff. I don't go on none of that. What's it about? Do you really think billions of people like it? Oh my God. Good luck. Oh, are you going to join us for lunch?
Yes, I'm joining you for lunch.
Are you?
Personally, I would have picked pandas.
Jack, pandas weren't even an option.
Still would have picked pandas.
Let's see what other news segments we have in store for you.
Oh, gracias, chicos.
Happy birthday, Miss Swafford.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Miss Boytalk. Happy birthday, Miss Brett.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Happy birthday, Mr. Wright.
That was fantastic. Now let's see this week's weekend weather forecast with our celebrity forecaster, Miss Roberts.
Hi, I'm Miss Roberts. Here's your 3-day forecast. Tonight is a high of 51, a low of 32, windy with periods of rain. Tomorrow will be a high of 40, a low of 26, breezy in the morning, cool and cloudy the rest of the day. Sunday will be a high of 46, low of 30, partly sunny and on the cooler side. 3 fun facts about me. I have lived in 3 states. I went to high school in California. I love crafting and baking, and I have a fur baby named Hercules Winston. Our next celebrity forecaster is Mr. Olsen.
Now back to the studio for a sports update.
Thanks, Jack. Let's get into this week's sports updates.
The boys' basketball season came to an end last week. Congratulations to the boys' team on another outstanding season.
Track and field has started. For those of you who love to run, it's time to get excited.
If tennis is more your speed, co-ed tennis practice has begun and the players are causing a racket.
I see what you did there, as in tennis racket. The baseball team is ready to take you out to the ball game. The varsity team will have a scrimmage at Lakewood on March 9th.
That's all the time we have for this week. I'm Elena.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Frankie.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Ava.
See you next week from Studio BC. Now let's head over to Jack and Ava for this week's segments. Oh my god, I said assignment. I'm so sorry.
Will we participate? I'm sorry.
Thank God I said
participating.
You said ACT.
Track and field has started. For those who, it's actually completely gone. Like I read
too fast.
That's all the time we have for this week. I'm Elena.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Frankie.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Ava.
See you next week.
Studio.
Good morning, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Aubrey.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Delaney. We have a lot to cover this week.
Quiz Team finished the regular season with an 11-4 record and tied for 4th in the Mid-State League.
In the MSL tournament, we had our first win against Fisher Catholic in over 20 years. The Quiz Dogs lost against Granville in the finals, but are still eligible for an at-large bid for the regional tournament in April.
Let's head over to Trevor and Keegan to talk about senior favorites.
Thanks, girls.
Hey Trevor, have you heard that this year's senior favorites have been chosen?
Yes, I have. Let's head over to Lexi, Park, and Sam to learn who the winners are.
Stay tuned for next week's senior favorites.
That was awesome.
It sure was. I wonder what the weather's like this week.
Hopefully it's nice. Let's head over to Mr. Olson for your weather this week.
Good morning, academicians. I'm the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. This weekend's weather forecast, Friday we have a high of 44 with a low of 31, and unfortunately there's a 70% chance of rain. Saturday we have a high of 39 and a low of 27, and Sunday there's a high of 42 with a low of 26 and another 50% chance of rain. Fun fact number 1 for Mr. Olson is my grandpa was born in 1892 when there were only 44 states in the United States. Fun fact number 2 is all 3 of my children graduated from Bloom Carroll. The first one was born in Richland County, Ohio, and the next 2 were born in Richland County, South Carolina, where I taught for 6 years. Fun fact number 3 is my senior year in high school was the first time that calculators were available for sale. So I bought a calculator my senior year that could do 4 things: add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Prior to that, students in math class used a slide rule. And this is what we use to do trigonometry, square roots, all of those types of things. So that's what we used to end my high school career. Next week's weather prognosticator is Mrs. Hahn.
Thanks, Mr. Olson. Now let's head back to the girls in the studio.
And now for your sports updates.
The wrestling team took Ethan Moore, Landon Hawkins, Colin Willett, and Jackson Frazee to the district tournament.
Colin Willett won the district tournament and advanced to the Ohio High School State Wrestling Tournament.
He took first and will wrestle for the state championship Friday at the Shot.
Speaking of state championships, Cody Young is a member of the Division V Special Olympics State Basketball Championship team. Congratulations, Cody.
Dylan Chittum placed second at the state indoor track meet in shot put this past Saturday.
Wow, that's a lot of success for our Bulldogs.
Hold the press! Delaney Moore from Studio BC is the number 2 FFA public speaking champion in the state of Ohio. That's all I gotta say. Back to the studio.
Now it's time for Spelling Bee!
How do you spell commemoration?
COMMERATION.
Thank you.
Spell Jacaria.
Can I have a origin?
How do you spell Abodeo?
ABODEO.
All right.
Spell preternaturally.
What?
Spell preternaturally.
PRETERNATURALLY. How do you spell Andalusian?
ANDELUSION.
That's all for this week. I'm Aubrey.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Delaney.
I'm Trevor.
And I'm Keegan.
See you next week from Studio BC.
Okay, then will you move your arms like you're going to? Okay, then you need to move to your right. Okay, move your arms again, please. Okay.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Okay,
You can pause. That's it.
Good Friday morning, Bulldogs, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Trice.
I'm Savannah.
And I'm Kale. First of all, if you see Miss Swafford, be sure to wish her a happy early birthday because her birthday is tomorrow.
The first showing of Shrek Jr. the Musical will be next Thursday, the 23rd at 7.
Next week is also the end of the grading period, so make sure you have all your assignments turned in.
All right, Bulldogs, there will be a dogfight event next week. The Snack Pack Drive benefiting the Ronald McDonald House will be running from next Monday to next Friday.
This is your chance to help families in need while also winning some valuable dogfight points.
Bryn Houston, Chase Hamilton, and Riley Pitstick did a fantastic job at the Regional Ohio History Day contest this past weekend.
And shout out to freshman Riley Pitstick for making it to the State Ohio History Day competition.
Hey, didn't you guys interview Matt Barnes and ask him some questions?
Yes, we did, and let's get right over to that. Good morning, Bulldogs. I'm here with Matt Barnes from NBC4 News. So first I want to ask you, did you take any broadcasting classes in high school?
I did. We started a broadcasting class my senior year. It was not very good, but we didn't know any better. There's only 10 of us. We did a show once every 3 months called In the Bag.
What was college like for you? How many years? Take any internships and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I did 4 years at Ohio University. I took broadcast journalism was my major, a lot of classes, and took an internship actually at NBC4 in between my junior and senior year.
Third question, did you play any sports growing up, and do you think that led you to be a sports broadcaster?
For sure. So I played a lot of sports growing up. I just wasn't very good. I'm like one of those people that knew I like sports, but I stink at playing them. So I just learned all the rules, watched them a ton. So played baseball up till freshman year, wrestled all through senior year, and then, just, again, watched all of them, went to all the sporting events.
Okay, and our last question we have for you, what is your one and only favorite part about your job, and tell us why?
Favorite part is telling stories. That sounds like boring, but trust me, when you meet people and you hear like their backstory, you hear about the adversity they overcame or just cool things they've done and seen, that's the best part, just meeting cool people and telling their story to the masses.
All right, thank you so much.
Now let's head over to Dylan and Bree for this week's segments.
Most of you may have heard about the 4th grader Cooper Shirk. Let's head over to Trevor and Yakira to learn some more about him.
Good morning, Bulldogs. As some of you have already heard, our very own Cooper Shirk, a 4th grader here at Bloom Carroll, has been diagnosed with a rare form of cancer.
He has a tough road ahead and the path to recovery is still being developed, but if you can help support the family, they have a GoFundMe available here.
We also ask that if you have any other ideas for support, you contact Beth and or Greg Thunk through the GoFundMe.
It's great to see all the support from our community.
Absolutely. Now let's send this over to Mrs. Hahn for this week's weather announcements.
Well, welcome BCHS to this week's weather forecast coming to you from the chemistry lab. We're going to be checking in the studio soon to find out if the weather is going to be bright and sunny, if it is going to be cloudy, or if we're going to see some precipitation this weekend. And it looks like a little leprechaun may have gotten into this one. We're also going to see if the weather is going to change in a blink of an eye. So let's check into the studio now. Ready? Back in BC studio now with this weekend weather forecast. Today, Friday, looks like it is going to rain, 90% chance of rain. We've got a high of 53, a low of 27. Your weekend's a little cooler, looks like highs of 36 and 39 on Saturday and Sunday. Very little chance of rain though, down to 10%. 3 fun facts about me. First fun fact, I love to read. I am definitely a bookworm. I highly recommend Where the Crawdads Sing and Anything by my favorite author, Kristen Hanna. Second fun fact is that I love to be outdoors. If I can be outside reading, if I can be outside walking or hiking, that's where you'll find me. Last fun fact, I'm actually going to pull Mr. Unati and Mrs. Derringer into this because there is a family tree of educators in this building. Mr. Unati was my high school social studies teacher, and Mrs. Derringer was my student at Canal Winchester for biology. So next week's celebrity forecaster will be
Thanks, Mrs. Hahn.
Now let's look at this week's
Senior favorites.
That was awesome.
It sure was. Now let's send it back to the studio for this week's sports updates.
Thanks, Dylan. Let's get into this week's sports updates.
Tonight, the varsity baseball team has a scrimmage at Lancaster High School at 5.
The girls varsity softball will also scrimmage tonight at home against Newark Catholic. The game will start at 5:15.
Tomorrow, boys baseball has a scrimmage at Westerville South at 11 a.m. Let's hope both of the teams knock it out of the park.
Also, congratulations to Colin Willett. He wrestled at state finals this past Saturday. He won his first match but lost the next two. Congrats on being a state finalist, Colin.
That's all for this week.
See you next week from Studio BC. Yeah, it's so
You could
slow.
have gone. Hey, if we just stay still.
Okay, it's too fast.
Good Friday morning, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Joe.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Lexi.
Let's get right into this week's news.
The first performance of Shrek Jr. the Musical was last night. There'll be 2 more performances tonight and tomorrow, so make sure you don't miss out.
The end of the grading period is today, so make sure to turn in all assignments.
Due to our snow day, ACT testing has been rescheduled to next Tuesday, the 28th.
Also, grade card distribution will be Friday, March the 31st.
The 31st is also the last day for senior pictures to be submitted for the yearbook.
The 31st must be a popular day because everyone's favorite treat is also returning that day, Kona Ice. Keegan and Sam will have more on that later.
So we got to think about the different ways we can make fun of Mr. Wright. Of course, we can go with the classic, how he just never had a hole-in-one before, but I think we should also mention how he actually peaked in high school and then ended off with making fun of his hairline for a second time.
Sam, Kona Ice is back. Come on.
Kona Ice?
Kona Ice is coming back. Kona Ice will be back next Friday, March 31st during your lunch periods.
You better believe that I'm going to be slurping that icy goodness.
Get your ice before it's gone.
Now over to Mrs. Snyder in the studio to tell us about this week's weather.
Good morning, Bulldogs. This is Mrs. Snyder with your weekend weather. Tonight, we're going to expect rain with a high of 55 and a low of 41. On Saturday, it should clear and we'll have a high of 51 and a low of 33. On Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high of 59 and a low of 43. So, we should get a break in the clouds on Saturday night and on Sunday night. So if you're interested, you could go outside and you may be able to see the Pleiades and Venus near the moon. And if you turn and look to the south, you can see Mars. And you might not think that this weather is a great start to spring, but just imagine if you were on Mars. The weekend weather in Mars is projected to be dusty and cold, with a high of negative 31 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of negative 85. But if you want the wildest weather in the solar system, you're going to have to go to Neptune, where the winds whip around at more than 1,000 miles an hour and it rains diamonds. So now for 3 fun facts about me. My first fun fact is that I know sign language. My second fun fact is that I have been rock climbing many times, and I even made it to the top of Seneca Rocks in West Virginia. Third fun fact, I love to travel and go interesting places. I've been to 45 states and 20 national parks, but my all-time favorite trip was when I walked in the Alps for a week with my husband and my friends. All right, next week's celebrity forecaster is Mrs. Moore.
Now let's head over to Ryan and Elena for this week's segments.
That was great. I really love to laugh. Surely you know some good dad jokes so that I can laugh a little more?
Not off the top of my head. And don't call me Shirley. Let's see if anyone else can make you laugh for our newest segment, Studio Stand-Up.
All right, tell us your best dad joke.
Okay. How is a tick and the Eiffel Tower similar?
I don't know.
They're both parasites.
Okay, what is your best joke?
All right. What kind of shoes do ninjas wear?
What kind?
Sneakers.
Tell us your best joke.
Did you hear about the guy who cut off the left side of his body?
No.
He's all right now.
What's your best joke?
Best joke is, who invented the round table?
I don't know who.
Circumference.
Your best dad joke.
Dad joke. All right. Oh, I was really surprised when I found out that the stationery store moved.
Why?
That was the joke.
Now it's time for another episode of This or That.
All right, camping or glamping?
Camping.
Camping.
Glamping.
Glamping. Camping.
Glamping. Camping. Glamping.
Glamping.
Camping or glamping?
Camping.
Camping.
Glamping. Camping. Camping.
Camping.
Camping.
Camping. 100. Glamping. Camping or glamping?
Camping? I'm way old, can't hardly hear, see. And you ask me these young questions that I am always confused.
Okay, like your normal camping.
I rough it. I like the tent. If I wanted the luxury, I would stay at a hotel, no mosquitoes. How do you like it?
Probably glamping.
Really?
And yeah, glamping.
Really?
Yep.
Why don't you just stay at home then?
Because you want to go camping and be in nature, but you don't want to sleep on the
Then
ground.
you want a tent with a sleeping bag and be able to enjoy Mother Nature.
Man, all these segments are my favorites.
Me too. Now back to the studio for your spring sports announcements.
Tonight, softball has a scrimmage at Worthington Kilbourne High School at 5:15.
Tomorrow, baseball has a doubleheader scrimmage at Bishop Hartley High School at 12 and 2.
Monday, March 27th, softball has a scrimmage at Bishop Hartley High School at 5:45.
And Tuesday, March 28th, co-ed tennis has a game at Circleville High School at 4:30, and track has a home tri-meet also at 4:30.
Wednesday, March 29th, co-ed tennis has a home scrimmage at 4 and a softball game at New Albany High School at 5:15.
Thursday, March 30th, tennis has a home game at 5, and softball has a game at Upper Arlington High School at 5:15.
That's all for this week. I'm Joe.
I'm Chris.
I'm Lexi.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Elena.
See you next week from Studio BC.
Wow, that was perfect! I don't think we need a second take.
Friday morning Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Ava. Let's get into this week's news.
Today's Miss Burrell's birthday, so make sure to wish her a happy birthday when you see her.
Grade cards were given out this morning in homeroom.
So, if you didn't make it to your homeroom this morning, go down to the office to grab it.
Attention seniors, today is also the last day for senior pictures to be submitted.
So make sure to email those to Mr. Bookman as soon as possible.
Spring break starts next Thursday.
And there will be no school on April 10th. So enjoy your long weekend.
Now over to Trice and Kale for this week's segments.
Thanks, ladies. Wait, shh. Do you hear that? It's TikTok time.
You know this dance, then do it.
All right, if you know this dance, then do it.
Only been a few hours, but it feel like days. Only been days, but it feel like months.
If you know this dance, then do it.
Those were some sweet moves.
Now it's time for the weather.
Let's see what the weekend has in store. Take it away, Mrs. Moore.
And now for your weekend weather. It's going to be a cloudy one today with an 80% chance of rain and a high of 60 degrees. We may see around a 1/4 inch of rainfall with higher wind gusts possible. So you may want to take an umbrella to the baseball and softball games tonight because we're going to continue to see periods of rain throughout the evening. On Saturday, we changed the calendars over to April, and it appears we aren't quite done with winter yet, as temperatures will begin to drop, causing the rain from tonight to turn to snow. So it looks like there might be a new event this year at the varsity track meet called the 400 Snowplow Relay, because we could see up to 5 to 7 inches of snow. Good news though for Sunday, because the snow from Saturday will start to melt as we set to see mostly clear skies and lots of sunshine and temperatures back in the 50s with a high of 53 degrees. And now for 3 fun facts about me. The first fact, I graduated from The Ohio State University, and while I was there, I interned with a radio broadcasting network where I did radio broadcasting and studio production. The second fun fact about me, I've been married for over 21 years, but I've actually known my husband since high school. In fact, we even went to senior prom together. And the final fun fact about me is that I love April Fool's Day. And next week's celebrity forecaster is Mr. Heater.
Now that spring is really here,
it's
Kona Ice time.
Sam, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for Kona Ice. I've been here since last Friday.
Sam, it's 9 in the morning.
And I love my Kona Ice.
The truck's not going to be here for another couple hours.
Okay, maybe we should ask some people about what they think about Kona Ice.
That sounds like a great idea. Why don't we go do it now?
Okay.
Yo, man, what's your favorite flavor of Kona Ice?
Pina colada.
Good choice.
Excuse me, what is your favorite Kona Ice flavor?
Black cherry's the best, but what's yours?
I'd have to say Tiger's Blood.
Matches your shirt.
These don't belong in here.
That's right, Sam. Kona Ice cups are not recyclable. Make sure they go in the trash.
So what's your favorite flavor of Kona Ice?
I don't like Kona Ice.
So, Johan, what is your... Actually, Jack, you're the cameraman. Why don't you give an interview?
Okay.
So, what's your favorite kind of panda?
Cut.
Trice, did you know tomorrow's Christmas?
Yeah, dude, I even put my shirt on. I can't wait for Santa to be here.
Come on, dude. Tomorrow's April. It's April Fool's. Now let's head over to Savannah and Lexus for our April Fool's segment.
Okay, so Studio BC did a raffle drawing for a $25 gift card to Cane's.
$25?
Yeah, and you won.
I won?
Yeah.
What was this even for?
We did a raffle, and you also got voted the most gullible for an April Fool's joke.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
I know.
2 awards in one day.
All right, so we did a raffle for Studio BC, and you actually won. You got picked, and you won $20. Hooray! And you also won something else. You also got voted most gullible to fall for an April Fool's joke. Okay, so Studio BC did a raffle drawing, and you won $25 to Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
But you also got voted the most gullible for an April Fool's joke.
That is mean.
Bye.
The varsity baseball and softball team both have a home game tonight at 5:15.
Tomorrow, boys track has a meet at Circleville High School at 11 a.m.
On Monday, the varsity baseball and softball teams have games at Liberty Union at 5:15.
Next Tuesday, there's a lot going on. Tennis will play at Fisher Catholic at 4:30.
Boys and girls track have a tri-meet at Franklin Heights at 4:30.
And girls softball has a home game against Newark High School at 5.
Next Wednesday, tennis plays Logan Elm at the BC Elementary School at 4:30.
And softball has another home game against Hayes Valley at 5:15.
And finally, on Thursday, both girls and boys track have a meet at River Valley at 4:30.
Wow, spring sports are definitely in full swing. That's all we have for this week. I'm Aubrey.
I'm Ava.
I'm Trice.
And I'm Kale.
See you next week from Studio BC.
Now, are we taping this for real?
Yep. Yay!
Woo! That was good.
Oh, I wrote the script, man.
You wrote the whole script.
Okay. I did, because you know what? That's what I do. He has one job.
We're not done!
There we go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good morning and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Delaney.
And I'm Keegan. Hey Delaney, did you know that spring break's coming up?
I am so excited for spring break. You know, I even hear we have a special broadcast today.
That's right, Studio BC Teacher Edition. Why don't you guys check it out?
Happy birthday, Miss Song.
Aw, thank you so much.
Happy birthday, Mr. Kelly.
Why, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Feels good to be 30.
Happy birthday, Miss Goody.
Well, thank you.
Staff member, what are 3 facts about you that students may know?
My 6 siblings and I all graduated from Bloom Carroll. I lettered in 4 varsity sports, and my favorite sport right now is ice.
Mr. Heater?
It's Mrs. King.
Goody.
Yeah, Mrs. Goody.
I have no idea. Right.
Miss King, it's got to be her.
My 6 siblings and I all graduated from Bloom Carroll.
I lettered in 4 varsity sports, and my favorite sport right now is ice hockey.
Now that we have saw students and staff guess who Miss King was, let's see if teachers really know each other like they say they do. Hello, staff member. What are 3 facts about you?
I have 2 all-in-ones in my life. I have a college major in Bible. I like to play guitar.
Do you think that the staff members really know each other as well as we say we do? Oh, I think we definitely do.
Let's do Mr. Wentz.
Mr. Carter.
Carter, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Wentz.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Some of you may already know this, but I do not have a hole-in-one.
All right, I'm going with McNamara.
I'll say Mr. Hammond.
I thought you see who the teacher is. Oh, it's Mr. Davis. He's a basketball coach if you do not know who he is, and he's also a freshman algebra teacher. Now, with that being said, no teachers got it correct. Anyways, see you next time and have a great week.
Spell switcheroo.
Switcheroo? Is that like swooshy wooshy? SWITCHAROO?
Spell encompass.
ENCOMPASS.
Spell proscribed.
Prescribed.
Proscribed.
Proscribed. PROSCRIBED.
Spell bossiness.
Bossiness. Why'd you ask me to spell that one? Bossiness. BOSSINESS.
Spell quarterback.
Quarterback. QUARTERBACK. Quarterback.
Congratulations! All the teachers spelled their words correctly this week.
Well,
wasn't that fun, Keegan?
It sure was. All the different clips of the teachers of this week's Studio BC was very interesting. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Keegan.
And I'm Delaney.
See you next week from Studio
BC.
Good Friday morning, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Sam.
I'm Park.
And I'm Jack. Here are your morning announcements.
Congratulations to the quiz team for qualifying for the Ohio Academic Competition Regional Tournament.
This is the third straight year the Bulldogs have made it to regionals. Way to go.
Guys, it's my favorite day of the week.
What? Friday?
No, Jack. It's Kona Ice Day.
Make sure you stop out of the courtyard during your lunch period.
One of my favorite flavors is probably tiger's blood.
Wow. That's funny you should mention that, Sam.
Why's that?
Well, the blood drive is being held on April 22nd in the middle school cafeteria.
Make sure you stop out when help is needed.
ELA state testing will be Tuesday, April 18th.
That means that grades 9, 11, and 12 will be arriving on a 2-hour delay schedule.
The second part of the ELA test will be the following day.
Once again, this means that grades 9, 11, and 12 will be arriving on a 2-hour delay schedule.
Let's head over to Yakira and Keegan to catch up with some new and old segments.
Thanks, Sam.
This change in weather has been lovely, Keegan.
It sure has. Let's head over to Mr. Heater to see his weekend weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. This is Mr. Heater, and I'm bringing you the weather this week, bringing you the heat. All right, today's weather, we're going to have a high of 78, sunny, and a low of 51. Rolling into the weekend on Saturday, we're going to have a high of 59 with a low of 55 in the morning. All right, there's a slight chance of storms Saturday evening rolling into Sunday. On Sunday, though, all right, we're going to have a high chance of precipitation, 89% all day. All right, be a great day to stay inside, watch your favorite Netflix show. All right, we're going to have a high of 68 and a low of 41. Facts about me. Number one, I have a wife, my wife Kaylee. She's also a teacher. She teaches in the Hilliard School District. She teaches first grade. And then I have a daughter named Willow. She'll be turning a year old here in a couple months. All right, second fact about me, I am actually the highest rated pickleball player on the Bloom Carroll teaching staff. So just so everyone knows that. And then number three, not a fact about me, but it's a fact about the rest of the school year. Every Friday until the end of the school year will be Hawaiian Shirt Friday. So make sure you're wearing your Hawaiian shirts as the year winds down. Weather person for next week. Mrs. Boytar.
Thanks, Mr. Heater. Now, I'm sure a lot of you wonder what happens here in the studio that doesn't get filmed and broadcasted.
We have a brand new segment called Behind the Scenes. Let's go check it out.
Studio BC's been really fun, but I will always agree that the most terrifying thing is listening to Trice be unable to sing.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Snipping.
Okay, let's hope this works this time.
Yes, because Sam.
I think my favorite thing is just probably having to deal with Sam's utter nonsense 24/7. Dancing is always very interesting and always fun to have to deal with. So
He's always funny looking.
Yeah! Go to the soda fountain, I see Sprite, I see Diet Pepsi, I put them together. I can't stop myself.
That sounds disgusting.
I just have no idea what's going on.
What are we gonna use?
Who's into these?
Chris. One of my favorite things about Studio BC is Delaney's horrendous dad jokes. Like, they are awful.
What do you call a happy cowboy? I don't know. A jolly rancher. Can I tell you my jokes?
I don't want to hear a joke.
Why are chickens so funny?
Why?
What do you call a fit bison?
I don't know what.
A buffalo.
So we've been missing one of these for a while, and to be honest, I'm not really sure where it went.
What am I doing here?
wow, that was great. It's really cool to show what happens behind the scenes.
I bet you never realized how crazy and chaotic it can be here on Studio BC.
Now, let's get into some sports updates.
Both the softball and baseball teams will be playing home tonight against Logan Elm.
Yep, both of the games are starting at 5:15, so let's get out there and support our dogs.
Track and field will compete in an invitational meet tomorrow at Heath, starting at 10.
On Monday, both the softball and baseball teams will compete at Fairfield Union, starting at 5:15. That's all for this week. I'm Sam.
I'm Park.
I'm Jack.
I'm Akira.
And I'm Keegan.
See you next week from Studio BC. Okay, so I'll be like, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, wow, look at that. Transition. All right.
We'll have a transition.
Did you say that's pitiful?
That's all for this week. I'm Sam.
I'm Park.
Oh, wait, we were recording.
Shoot.
Good Friday morning, Bulldogs. Welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Trevor.
I'm Savannah.
And I'm Delaney. Now let's hop right into this week's news.
Shout out to the quiz team. They finished 7th out of 16 teams at the Ohio Academic Competition this past Saturday. Great job.
The Science Club blood drive will be tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
That will be held in the middle school cafeteria, so see Mr. Carter for additional information.
On Sunday, the volleyball fundraiser starts at 1 o'clock in the middle school gym. Tickets are $3 and can be purchased online or at the gate.
There's also a bake sale, so be sure to bring your cash.
And this is also a dogfight event.
This is going to be such a fun time.
Both students and teachers are playing. Now the winning student team gets to play the teachers in the championship game.
That sounds like a challenge for the teachers.
Next Friday, eligibility and interim reports go out, so be sure to get all of your assignments in.
Prom tickets go on sale Monday, May 1st. They can be purchased from Mrs. Boitzart in room 202 or the main office. Scan the QR code here or from the TVs for more information.
Now let's send it over to Caitlin and Frankie. Thanks, guys. Let's head over to Lexi for another round of Studio BC Spelling Bee. Spell enamel.
Enamel? I don't even think I've ever heard this word before, but enamel. A-M-A-L-E.
Spell smite. S-M-I-T-E. Spell economy.
E-C-O-N-E-M-Y.
Spell pandemic.
P-A-N-D-E-M-I-C.
Wow, we had some great contestants.
I totally agree. Looks like our English teachers are doing a great job.
Now let's see this weekend's weather forecast with our celebrity forecaster,
Mrs. Boitar.
Morning, Bulldogs. Let's look at the weather for today and Saturday and Sunday. Today's high is going to be 74, the low is 54 with a 41% chance of rain. Saturday, we're looking at a high of 61 and a low of 36 with a 93% chance of rain. And Sunday, be ready to bundle up, high of 46 with a low of 30 degrees and cloudy. 3 fun facts about me. I graduated from Bloom Carroll High School in 2002 and I was voted most likely to run for president. For the past 24 years, every summer I've worked for my family's landscaping company, pulling weeds, planting flowers, mulching, you name it, except for mowing because I can't mow a straight line. And the last one is my husband and I, Ash, have been married for the past 2.5 years, and Mr. Krusek was actually our minister at our wedding. Ash and I have a 1.5-year-old named Maggie, and as you can tell from the pictures, she looks nothing and acts nothing like her mother. Lastly, I'd like to give a shout out to my 2nd and 7th period current events classes. Boy Wire may not see you, but I do. And for next week's forecaster, Mrs. Cole.
That was great. The weather has been crazy. It was so nice last week. I know, and ever since then, it has definitely not been warm spring weather.
Hopefully the warm weather will come back.
Let's hope so. Hey, don't we have another new segment?
Yes, let's check it out.
Basketball.
Football.
Photographer?
Yeah.
Monkey, duck, chicken.
Yes.
Flipping a pancake.
Yes!
Surfing.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Rock star. Country singer. Banjo. Guitar player. Playing the guitar.
Running.
Fast running.
Running.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Now back to the studio for our spring sports updates.
Thanks, Caitlin. Let's get right into this week's sports updates.
Today, the baseball and softball teams play at home against Liberty Union at 5:15.
We have a busy Saturday. Tomorrow, the baseball team has a home game against DeSales at 11 a.m. And both boys and girls track have a home meet starting at 10 a.m.
On Monday, baseball and softball travel to Taze Valley to play at 5:15, and boys tennis travels to Lancaster High School for matches starting at 4:15.
There's a track meet next Tuesday the 25th, and softball has a game on Thursday the 27th. Both of these are dogfight events.
Spring sports are definitely in full swing.
That's all the time we have for this week. I'm Trevor.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Delaney.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Frankie.
See you next week from Studio BC.
Next Friday, eligibility and yeah.
Whoa.
That didn't work.
How are they ever gonna find what clip it actually is?
Oh, I accidentally deleted it. You're gonna have to start all over.
Shut up. Good. Wait, hold on. Time out. Where am I looking? I know everybody does
The camera's right here,
Okay.
so I'm holding this right here.
You ready?
You ought to start them off with that good Friday morning,
Heck yeah, good. Can you clap? I'm just kidding. You shouldn't. But you could. Good. Friday morning.
Imagine just cutting into just pure chaos.
Good Friday morning!
So, go ahead. We'll switch.
Do I need to move my arms anywhere? Or can I just stand here like this?
It'll be over here.
Whatever you want to do.
Because we have beef.
Friday morning Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Aubrey.
I'm Bree.
And I'm Lexi. Let's roll into this week's news.
Reminder to all students, interim and eligibility reports were posted today, so make sure to check your progress book account to see yours.
Thank you to Mr. Hammond students for their great job with our coffee house this morning. We always love stopping by for some delicious treats.
Congratulations again to our Dogs of the Month who will be celebrating with a luncheon today.
Guys, it's almost time for prom. It sure is, Aubrey. Prom will be held on Saturday, May 13th at TCB Farms in Lancaster from 7 to 10.
Tickets go on sale beginning next week on May 1st and are on sale until the 12th.
See Ms. Boytar or the high school office if you want to buy a ticket.
The second round of state testing will start next week on May 2nd and will end May 5th.
We will be on a 2-hour delay schedule all of those days, so make sure to plan accordingly. Now let's head over to Dylan and Joe for this week's special spotlights.
Thanks, girls. Hey, Dylan, did you know that we have a new segment this week? Huh? What'd you say? That's right, Dylan. Let's check out Studio BC's new segment. What'd you say? No, seriously, what did you just say?
I have a fear of buttons.
I have a fear of bunnies.
No.
Bunnies?
Buttons.
Do you want some cheese? Do you want some cheese?
Do you want some cheese?
What did he say?
Wait, shoe person? Do you want some cheese? Shovel cleaner. Do you want some cheese? Shoe bubble gum? Do you want some cheese? I'm just seeing a lot of shovel.
Wow, that was a pretty cool segment. What'd you think of it, Dylan? That was great. Now it's time for our weekend weather forecast with Mrs. Cole. Let's check it out.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Cole here with your weekend weather on Hawaiian Shirt Friday. Not going to look very Hawaiian-like this weekend. Today we have a high of 61 and a low of 48 with a possible 68.7% chance of rain. Tomorrow we have a high of 64 degrees, a low of 46 degrees, and rain at about a 58.1%. Coming up on Sunday, we got a high of 54, a low of 39, unfortunately a 75.3% chance of rain. Back again. 3 fun facts about me. As you probably already know, I really like music, which is why I'm always constantly singing for your benefit at the end of the hallway there. However, I did have the amazing opportunity in the fall to check out Post Malone. Another fact about me, I love hiking. My soul definitely lives in the mountains. And right when school gets out this year, we're headed over to Shenandoah and hopefully going to hit New River. So I should be up to 9. Third fun fact, this year I picked out 2 new amazing hobbies. One, I have started the practice of yoga, which I am getting better at. It is a practice. But if you do not know, I am an absolute savant at Heyday. Check me out, Fiddlesticks Farm. Weather announcer. The winner is Mrs. Kim. And now to Mr. Holloway with a special announcement.
Hey people, all library books are due next Friday. That's May 5th. That's Friday, so read up.
Now it's time for a big announcement. It's Kona Ice Day.
It's Kona Ice Day. Kona Ice will be back this Friday, April 28th, during your guys' lunch periods.
That's right, Keegan. Make sure to stop outside and get some wonderfully tasty, beautiful treats.
But be warned, everybody's going to be out there, so make sure you get it before it's gone.
Now back to Joe and Dylan in the studio.
Now let's head back over to girls in the studio for our spring sports update.
Thanks, guys. Now it's time for our spring sports updates.
The boys varsity baseball team has a game tonight at Amanda Clear Creek at 5:15 and a doubleheader the following day at noon at River Valley. Girls varsity softball also has a game tonight at Amanda Clear Creek at 5:15 and a triple header beginning at 11 tomorrow at home.
Tonight at 4:30, both the boys and girls varsity track and field teams have a meet at the Milt Will Invitational in Canal Winchester.
On Monday, May 1st, boys varsity plays Logan Elm High School at 5:15.
Girls varsity softball will have a game at Logan Elm High School at 5:15 as well.
Both girls and boys varsity track teams will compete at Granville High School at 5. As we look at Tuesday, May 2nd, boys varsity tennis will have a match at home against New Hope Christian Academy at 4:30. On Wednesday, boys varsity baseball and girls varsity softball will both play against Fairfield Union at home at 5:15.
On Thursday, May 4th, boys varsity tennis will have a match at home against Granville High School at 4.
And finally, girls varsity softball will play at Canal Winchester at 5:15. Wow, there were a lot of sports updates. Good luck to all of our competing teams. On to another topic. Teacher Appreciation Week starts the week of May 7th. Don't forget to give a shout out to all your favorite teachers and thank them for all they do for us. Speaking of May 7th, that is the date for the BC Spring Band Festival and Swingin' Scoops Jazz event.
There will be music being played from all corners of the band program, including the middle school, high school, and both jazz programs.
There will be food trucks and ice cream, so make sure to come out and support the band and enjoy some yummy treats and amazing music. Yep. Well, that's all for this week. I'm Lexi.
I'm Bree.
I'm Aubrey.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Joe.
See you next week from Studio BC. With a luncheon?
I'm
Luncheon!
Excuse me.
Are you going now?
Yes.
We're doing 2 of them. This is horribly embarrassing for you exclusively. And me, because I have 30 lays on.
And I'm
It's Kona Ice Day. Why did you not yell?
Sorry, I was
You're
distracted.
not even ready.
Ah.
Because like I was trying to read it, but then I was like.
Good Friday morning, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Elena.
I'm Kale.
And I'm Ryan, here to bring you this week's news.
Reminder to all students that all library books are due today, so stop down to the Media Center to return them.
Today was the final day of state testing, which means that next week school hours will return to normal.
Today is also the School Lunch Heroes Day, dedicated to our hardworking lunch ladies. Make sure to give them a big thanks for serving us for another fantastic year.
On the topic of staff recognition, next week is Teacher Appreciation Week.
That's right, Elena. Be sure to thank all of our amazing teachers for everything they do.
On Sunday, the BC Spring Band Festival will take place at 2 p.m. Come out for an afternoon music.
Starting Monday, those who missed state testing will have test makeups all week. See Miss Moore with any questions.
AP testing also begins Monday morning.
Good luck to everyone taking tests.
Donuts for Dogs, the BC Academic Awards, will be given out next Wednesday. See Miss Cole for any questions.
Check your email today to see if you are invited to the Donuts for Dogs for an award for perfect attendance, 3.5 Club, or Honor Roll.
Next Wednesday is also National School Nurse Day. Give a nice warm thank you to our nurse for keeping the student body healthy. Next Friday is Ag Day.
And Kona Ice Day.
And next Friday is also the last day to buy prom tickets.
For those who are eligible to attend the Bulldog Picnic, those with permission slips will be due next Thursday. See Mr. Weiscarver with any questions.
Now let's go over to Chris and Park for this week's Spotlights.
Thanks, Alana. Hey, Chris, is there Who's That Teacher in the works?
Actually, Park, it's more than just in the works. It's up and ready.
Awesome. Let's check it out.
Hello, staff member. What are 3 facts about you?
I really enjoy fishing. Hey, I like to hike. I love crossword puzzles.
Krusek. Is it Mr. Holloway?
I was a gymnast in high school. I traveled to 10 countries, and I showed horses for 20 years.
Swafford. Mr. Wentz.
In high school, I was a piano accompanist for the boys' choir. One of my college coaches later won 2 Super Bowl rings. I owned my own painting business for 4 years.
Mr. King.
Olsen.
Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, visited 46 of the 50 states, and visited 20 different countries. I was a college football cheerleader.
Miss Sutter?
Mr. McNamara.
Go Dogs!
That was great.
Now let's head over to Miss King for our weekend weather forecast.
Hi, this is Mrs. King with the Celebrity Forecast for your weather this weekend. On Friday, you can expect a high of 68 and a low of 40. It's going to be cloudy, but the good news is no rain. On Saturday, we're going to have a high of 71 with a low of 43, and it will be partly cloudy. And then on Sunday, it's even warmer, a high of 73, a low of 44, sunny and no chance of rain. Get out and enjoy that weather. So 3 fun facts about Mrs. King. Number 1, I had Mr. Holloway as my junior English teacher. Mrs. Boytar took my geometry class when she came to Bloom Carroll. And the 3rd fun fact is that I play ice hockey. Next week's celebrity forecaster is Mrs. Brenneman.
Thanks, Mrs. King.
Now over to W. Myers for an important announcement.
Please wear your seatbelt.
Don't text and drive.
Please obey all traffic control devices.
Be safe. Have a great summer.
Myself and the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office and the staff of Bloom Carroll would like to make sure that every student is safe.
Thank you, Deputy Myers. Now let's dig into some sports. In baseball news, tonight, the varsity baseball team faces Tays Valley at home. The game starts at 5:15. Tomorrow, they have another game at Fairfield Union at 11. On Wednesday, the boys host Liberty Union at 5:15. And finally, they travel to Canal Winchester on Thursday, and the game begins at 5.
In track news, tonight the boys and girls varsity track teams travel to Hilliard Bradley for the Jaguar Invitational starting at 5. The next Tuesday, both teams will run at home in the MSL Invitational starting at 5.
And for softball, the girls have a game tonight at Fairfield Union starting at 5:15.
We wish the best of luck to all of our athletes as they have a very busy schedule ahead.
Now back to the studio.
That's all the time we have for this week. I'm Elena.
I'm Kale.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Park.
And I'm Chris.
See you next week from Studio BC.
On Sunday, this...
Stop. Okay, we're going to start at school.
Okay. We ready? Good Friday morning, Bulldogs. Welcome back to Studios BC. I'm Jack.
I'm Ava.
And I'm Trice. Let's get right into this week's news.
Today is not only Ag Day, but also Kona Ice Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your tuxedos and dresses ready because prom is tomorrow.
That's a fact, Jack. Prom is Saturday, 7 to 10 p.m. But your last chance to get your tickets is today. Make sure you don't miss out.
Speaking of prom, the Bloom Carroll Yearbook would like to include your prom pictures in this year's yearbook. Just email your pictures to Mr. Bookman and he will take care of the rest.
Next Thursday is the high school and middle school art show. This is your chance to check out all the great artwork from our very own BC artists.
Next Friday is the Bulldog Picnic, so make sure you get your permission form turned in so that you don't miss out. Now let's head over to Yakira and Keegan for this week's Studio Spotlights.
Thanks, gang. Hey, Akira, when's your birthday?
Mine's February 7th. How about yours?
Mine's April 26th. Now, let's head over to Trevor and Joe to find out which teachers have birthdays this month.
Happy birthday. Well, thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yay!
Happy birthday, Miss
Oh
Snyder.
my goodness. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. Thank you.
Wow, if you see any of these teachers this week, make sure to wish them a happy birthday.
Yep. Now let's head over to Mrs. Brenneman for the weather.
Hi, Ms. Brenneman here with your weekend weather. On Friday, we're going to have a high of 78 with a low of 56 and 50% chance of rain. And then on Saturday, a high of 76 with a low of 63 and 60% chance of rain. A high of 77 with a low of 60 and 40% chance of rain. 3 fun facts about me. Number 1, I was a lifeguard in college. I'm the one on the far left going like this. That's me. Number 2, we have chickens at my house. Our biggest one is a rooster named George, and he always runs after me and spurs me in the legs, but we love him, so he's not chicken dinner yet. And number 3, I have seen the opening night of every Star Wars movie with my brother except for 4, 5, and 6 because I wasn't alive yet. Yay. Okay, and for next week, the weather person is Mrs. Brill.
Thanks, Mrs. Brenneman. I wish the weather would just make up its mind.
Me too. But until it does, check out some more Studio BC Spelling Bee.
Spell tiara.
Tiara.
That's really easy. Spell ordained.
O-R-D-A-N-E-D.
Spell counterfeit. COUNTERFEIT. Spell exhilaration.
Hold on.
Well, that was pretty good. School may be winding down, but sports are revving up.
Let's see what is on tap this week in sports.
In track news, the boys and girls will be competing today at home at 6.
The district meets will be held on May 16th and 17th. Girls will be at Westerville South and boys will be in Granville.
That's right, and in boys baseball news, boys varsity baseball will play at Pick North at 12 p.m. tomorrow.
Baseball tournament play will begin May 18th at 5 o'clock at home.
The second-seeded Bulldogs will host the winner of the Centennial Eastward game.
So sometimes the students here in Studio BC get a little too big for their britches, and we got to put them in their place. Aubrey especially has a problem with this. I kicked Aubrey out of this chair, and she's very salty right now because my butt's not in it. She's like, I blame Aubrey. What? I do not blame me. Never seen her show any attitude about anything. I took her chair, and she is not happy. And so,
Yeah.
these tired bones.
Yeah, lucky you.
She can't even make eye contact. I'm kind of an intense person, if you haven't noticed.
So I'm supposed to be helping you edit, and you just took my chair.
Yeah, I mean,
Bookman, you just took Caitlin's chair.
This is what he does. He takes people's chairs.
So I'm 16 years old. I'd like to say I'm somewhat mature, but when film day comes along, I like to hit the table some, throw some iPads, just because when everybody talks when I'm trying to film, it gets really annoying. Do it now! Oh!
Hey now.
Alright, bro.
Say it, pause, wait. Like that. Say it, pause, wait.
Right, nice. There's editing. Is Joe editing? The editor's gotta make this look good.
We're touching. Okay, ready?
That's all the time we have for this week. I'm Jack.
I'm Ava.
I'm Trice.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Yakira.
See you next week from Studio BC.
I didn't know there was more. Okay, I'm sorry.
Welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Jack.
And sorry. I don't know why.
Wow, if you see any of these teachers this week, make sure you...
So make sure you get your permission form signed in, or turned in. Signed in.
Since Keegan's angering this week, I just don't know who I'm going to talk to about Kona Ice.
Good day, mate.
In the morning you go running for the man who stole your...
It's Kona Ice Day, or as we renowned zoologists refer to it as, Subzerus syrupheus. Is that remotely true? Not in the slightest. Didn't think so. Anywho, for those of you having lunch today, make sure to go stop in the courtyard and get yourself a wonderful, beautiful, delicious, tasty treat known as Kona Ice. Hey, so for example, what's your favorite flavor of Kona Ice? My favorite flavor is grape because it rhymes with egg. What's your favorite? Boring, Sam? I gotta agree with you there. Wait, boring? Well, let's go see what Delaney and Caitlin have been cooking up in this week's new edition of Behind the Scenes. Let's check it out.
Oh, aloha! Welcome to paradise. I'm currently just enjoying some wonderful Kona Ice, which you can have later today during your lunch periods in the courtyard. I, however, will stay here and just enjoy a little bit more Kona Ice. In the meantime, however, I'll only check in with Delaney and Caitlin and see what they're doing behind the scenes.
Good Friday morning, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Keegan.
I'm Kale.
And I'm Dylan.
Let's get right into this week's news.
Today is the French Club's field trip as well as the high school and middle school art show, which is from 5 p.m. to 8. We hope everyone has a good time.
Tomorrow we have the Bulldog Picnic and the Dogfight finale.
Then on Saturday, the FFA has the banquet at 6.
A lot of fun stuff is happening this week.
Definitely.
Now let's head over to Trice and Mr. Wright to talk about the dogfight.
So he claims that he doesn't need an introduction, but I'm going to introduce him. This is Mr. Wright, dogfight owner. As we all know, the dogfight's wrapping up, and he's going to tell us what the last week has in store for us.
Yeah, so we're coming down to crunch time. So tonight, the last dogfight attendance event will take place. It'll be at the art show. So make sure you attend, sign in, get credit for your class. Tomorrow morning, we wrap everything up with the dogfight finale. That'll take place first thing in the morning before the Bulldog Picnic. Bubble soccer will make a return. So again, we'll see who the grand champion is. And then whatever class ends up being victorious, they will receive lunch next Friday that will be provided for them. So a lot to play for. Every class is still in it, even the freshmen, kinda. So we shall see what happens.
Thanks, guys. Now for the less fun news. Next Monday and Tuesday, seniors will have their final exams.
Next Friday, seniors will have a graduation practice and breakfast at 8 a.m., with the actual graduation starting at 7 p.m.
Also next Friday, Kona Ice will be here, so make sure you have some money to get some.
Now, over to Kaylin and Delaney for this week's sports and segment.
Hey guys, Braille coming at you from Studio BC, the only studio that matters, by the way. So weather report for this weekend. Bulldog Picnic on Friday is looking good. But more importantly, I really hope Mr. Wisecarver grills you guys up some good grub, because it's going to be delicious. High of 77. Couldn't ask for anything better. Saturday, we have a 50% chance of rain, unfortunately, but a high of 74, so that's not too bad. Sunday, 71. All right, guys, 3 fun, pretty random facts about me. Number 1, I did my first gym competition this past October, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done, but also one of the most rewarding things. And I'm going to participate again in this coming fall's competition. Secondly, all right, this one's really out there. Bucket list is to go to a Pink concert. Also, several years ago, a student told me that I looked like Pink. I don't really see it, but I will take that compliment any day. And third, I am a true crime junkie. I'm the last weather person, so I don't have to pick anybody. So let's just finish the year super strong and enjoy the next couple weeks of school.
You think you could recognize your friends by their baby pictures?
I'm not sure.
Well, let's see if the students can guess the teachers by their baby pictures.
All right, Mrs. Cole, guess that baby.
Oh, look at that athleticism. I'm going with Mrs. Derringer.
It's not Mrs. Derringer. All right, guys, it's time to guess that baby.
Mr. Heater.
I'm gonna say Mr. Holloway. No, it's Mr. Wright.
Oh, dang, okay.
All right, guys, it's time to guess that baby.
That's definitely Miss Roshan.
I'll have to agree.
It is Miss Roshan.
Really?
All right, Mr. Krusek, it's time to guess that baby.
Is it Mrs. King?
No, it is not Miss King.
Is it Miss Cole?
You'd be correct.
Yes, all right.
Now, for a special segment, Who's That Senior?
Hello, senior. What are 3 facts about you that teachers may know?
While I was the mayor of Carroll for one day, I was born on the exact same day but 2 years after my brother was born, and I'm a descendant of George Washington.
Connor Galbraith.
Senior, what are 3 facts about you that teachers may know?
Well, 1 is I got big teeth. 2 is I own a lawn care company. And 3, my sister's a junior.
Galbraith. Connor Galbraith.
Now you may be wondering, who are those seniors? Well, the first senior is Samuel Watkins and the second senior is Connor Galbraith. Now with that being said, that's all the time we have for it. Who's the senior and who's the teacher for the rest of the year.
That was great. Now for this week's sports updates.
Boys baseball starts off tournament play with a game at 5 today.
The high school track district started on Tuesday and will end tomorrow. Good luck to everyone competing. Also, on Tuesday, girls field went to Westerville South and boys track went to Granville.
The boys 4x1 relay team of Bo Sherman, Brady Newkirk, Carter Cornelius, and AJ Moore won the Mid-State League Championship Friday night.
Great job, guys! On Wednesday, boys field went to Granville and girls track went to Westerville South.
We would like to congratulate Dylan Chittum on winning the MSL's Most Valuable Performer, as well as being the MSL champion in both shot put and discus, and breaking the school shot put record that was set in 1979.
And finally, congratulations to the softball team on an amazing season.
That's all the time we have for this week. I'm Keegan.
I'm Kale.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Sam.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Delaney. For the final time, see you next week from Studio BC.
Good Friday morning, Bulldogs, and welcome back to Studio BC. I'm Savannah.
I'm Lexi.
And I'm Frankie.
Let's get into today's news.
As today is the last day before finals, lockers will need to be cleaned out.
That's right, and if you have any leftover notebooks, papers, binders, etc., please bring them to the Media Center.
Also a reminder that finals are next week.
Don't forget that Monday is Memorial Day, and we do not have school. Finals will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Thursday will also be a 2-hour early dismissal in the end of the grading period, with report cards being mailed June 8th.
Back to today's news. Not only is it Locker Cleanout Day, it's also Kona Ice Day.
Let's check in with Sam and see what he has to say.
Kona Ice is back.
Kona Ice? That I'm gonna be slurping that icy goodness.
And I love my Kona Ice.
The truck's not gonna be here for another couple hours.
Wow, I can't believe it's the last Kona Ice Day.
But wait, there's more. Today is also graduation.
Yep, tonight at 7, the class of 2023 will receive their diplomas in the middle school gym.
A huge congrats to all our seniors.
Aw, I'm tearing up.
It's all right, Savannah.
Why don't we go see if Aubrey and Trevor have anything to lighten up the mood?
Thanks, ladies.
Hey, Trevor, you know how we do senior superlatives?
Yeah.
Well, what if we did teachers instead of seniors?
Why don't we go check out Lexi's segment this seat?
Days like these.
That was great.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting some of those.
On to some sports news.
Congratulations to Dylan Chittum, who was victorious at districts and moved on to compete in the regional shot put and discus championship at Pickerington North.
Also moving on to regionals for the Bulldogs is Audrey Simon, who ran the 300-meter hurdles in Lexington last Saturday.
In baseball tournament news, the Bulldogs played Johnstown here at home on Monday and came away with a commanding 9-2 victory.
On Wednesday, they traveled to Plain City and defeated the Jonathan Alder Pioneers to advance to the next round of the Division II state tournament.
The regional semifinal game will be next Thursday, June 1st at 2 p.m. at Ohio Dominican. Great job, Bulldogs.
Thanks, Aubrey and Trevor. That's all the time we have for this week. Have a great summer, Bulldogs.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world's confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird who knows your tune. Then a little voice inside you whispers.
So good.
I think you guys got
Great
this.
summer, Bulldogs. Hooray!
That's okay.
Say it.
Superlatives. Each teacher's superlative. That word.
It's not my fault.
I don't know what it is.
Can we just see if it like looks?
Nope.
Hey, Aubrey, do you know how it
Do you what?
She's fine. She's trying to figure out which hand she
Yeah.
holds the coffee mug with. I don't. It won't be on the test.
Like, it
All
doesn't
right,
really
we ready?
No, I'm trying
Born
to figure out
ready.
the coffee mug.
All right.
Okay.